Going on, guys? I don't know what's worse, being ghosted or not even getting an interview at all. And I'm pretty sure most of you are going through that second part of that scenario, which is not even getting an interview. But to be ghosted after an interview is just as bad because I have gone through it many, many times over myself. It's frustrating, it's annoying, and I find it just, goddamn, it's just rude. It's just rude. I don't know why they do it. I have been in a situation before where I went through 4 interviews, and I'm not kidding, 4 interviews. I had the HR screening, then I had interview one with the hiring manager, then I met with the team, then I met with the team plus the boss's boss, which is my hiring manager's, not my hiring manager, but the hiring manager's boss on top of that. And it was, every conversation was great. Every conversation was to the point where, like, oh, you would be a great fit, you're awesome, like, let's get this working, let's get this going. And didn't hear back the first week, second week, and now it's been months. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. Don't ever let any one of those things hold you back down to where you feel like you didn't do enough. You did your part. Some organizations are clueless on what direction they're trying to go. They're trying to figure out if a position that they're hiring for is something that they actually need. So let me explain a little bit more. When companies create new jobs or new roles, they have no clue on what they're looking for. And I know this because on the interviews that I sat through, the 4 that I just mentioned to you, the hiring manager straight up said, I'm not technical. I don't understand what we're trying to accomplish here, but we're looking for someone to figure that out for us. Even till this day, that role has not been filled because it's a new position that they do not know if they need or not. Now, being an interviewer and being the interviewee is 2 different things. You, as an interviewee, will say anything under the sun to say that this position will be a great fit for you. But to the interviewer, if it's a new position that they have no idea what the job responsibilities are, and they're just grabbing things from off the internet, from other job postings, and filling this in just to meet criterias of what this position would ultimately be, doesn't make sense a lot of the times. And that's the unfortunate thing. So that's what I wanted to kind of like come here and say, is that, being ghosted sometimes may even be worse than actually sitting through an interview, because it's like you're probably dating someone and they cheat on you. Like, what? Like, how that happened, right? It makes you even feel worse than if you like didn't date at all, right? Didn't even find anyone, didn't hook up with anyone. I know maybe it's a bad analogy, I don't know, but I find it amusing. I just wanted to say that, being ghosted is definitely, I feel like it's a worse feeling than actually sitting through an interview, because you wasted your time. You spent all this time trying to impress, trying to go through every single detail of your life, your work experience, your life experience, as far as the job responsibility, showcasing that, and then for them to come back, well, not even come back, because for them to not even say anything or giving you a reasoning why they didn't hire you, or even offering at the most common courtesy a simple rejection from a basic email, that didn't even happen. So I'm like clueless. Now you're probably going to say, so why don't you follow up? That's my point. There was a follow up. And even then, the recruiter that you sat with in the initial beginning to get you the screening, you passed the screening and you got the position, you email that person one time, and crickets. Just crickets. So that is my point. That is I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think it's it happens, and it happens whether it's in cybersecurity, it happens whether it's in any other field, any other profession. You're going to come across that, and I just wanted to share that with you. Now, if you ever come into a scenario or a situation where you got an interview and you're hopeful that, or you felt like it was really positive and you felt like you got this on lockdown, and you don't hear from them, remember this video, because this is called the ghosted video. And now you probably have a better understanding of what ghosted means. If you never experienced that before, I hope you never do. But if you do, just remember these words. Don't let it bring you down, and just keep on moving forward. Don't ever hold back your time or your interviews or your potential other candidates, being a candidate for another position, and say, hey, you know what? I felt really good about this interview. I think I'm going to stop here. I'm going to wait for them to see what they say before I start looking again. Don't ever stop looking. That's my point. Because being ghosted can happen at any time throughout that process. I know I'm like laughing about it, but it's definitely something that you need to make sure that you're fully aware that, you know, companies are really sometimes just clueless on what they're trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish. Even though sometimes they may not be clueless, they have other restraints that would prevent them from moving forward faster or moving forward at all. So there are different scenarios. You can probably try and reach out to these individuals on a different level, whether it's on LinkedIn or on email, if you do have the email, or the HR person or the talent acquisition person that got you in there in the first place. But if they start to ignore you or start to just kind of like not being as responsive, I would say just stop and just don't even bother. At that point in time, if they haven't come back to you in a reasonable time, and when I say reasonable time, I'm saying like maybe 2-3 weeks, and that's tops. 3 weeks is really pushing it already. So I would cut all ties, all communications to that, and just keep on moving forward. So that's pretty much it, what I wanted to speak about today. So remember to hit that like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Take care.